The distress beacon pulsed through the void like a dying heartbeat. Farad adjusted his fighter's trajectory, eyes narrowing at the twisted wreckage spinning lazily against the star field. The ship's hull bore scorch marks from plasma fire, Zerothian raiders judging by the signature burns. "Control, this is Falcon 7. I've got visual on the derelict. Single life sign detected. Moving to extract." Static crackled. "Copy, Falcon 7. Proceed with caution. Zerothian activity in Sector 49er." Farad guided his ship alongside the wreck, magnetic clamps engaging with a metallic thud. Through the viewport he could see the survivor, a pilot in a battered flight suit, helmet still intact, floating motionless in the cargo bay. The figure's chest rose and fell. Alive, at least. He cycled through the airlock and pulled himself into the debris field. The survivor stirred as he approached, one gloved hand reaching up weakly. "Easy," Farad said through his comm. "I'm here to help. Can you move?" The pilot's helmet turned toward him. Even through the darkened visor, Farad could sense the tension in that gaze. The figure shook their head, not in answer to his question, but in something else. Something desperate. "Please." The voice crackled through the damaged comm system, distorted but unmistakably feminine. "Don't unmask me." Farad frowned, already reaching for the helmet seals. "Standard extraction protocol. Remove the helmet, assess injuries, apply oxygen if needed. I need to check you for head trauma. Just stay calm." "No!" Her hand shot up, gripping his wrist with surprising strength. "Please, you don't understand. Just don't." There was such raw fear in those words that Farad hesitated. He'd pulled dozens of pilots from wrecks, and he'd heard every kind of panic. But this was different. This wasn't the fear of death or injury. This was something deeper. "Listen," he said gently, "I'm trained for this. Whatever you're worried about—" "I'm human," she whispered. The words hung in the void between them. Farad's hand froze on the helmet seal. That's impossible," he breathed. "Humans don't have clearance for military vessels. They're restricted to Earth and the inner colonies. How did you—" "Please," her voice broke. "Just take me back. Don't look. Don't tell anyone. I'll explain everything, but please. If they find out—" Farad's mind raced. Humanity had been discovered 3 decades ago, a species barely capable of interstellar flight, quarantined by the Galactic Council for their own protection. They were considered too fragile, too primitive to handle the realities of the greater galaxy. The Council had been explicit. Humans were to be observed, studied, but never integrated into galactic society. They lacked the biological resilience, the technological sophistication, the mental fortitude, and yet here one was in a military-grade fighter, having survived a Zerothian attack that would have killed most pilots. "Your oxygen levels," Farad said, checking his scanner. "They're stable. How long have you been out here?" 14 hours. 14. He stared at the readings again. "That suit should have depleted in 6. How are you still breathing?" "I modified it." Her grip on his wrist loosened slightly. "Please, pilot. I'm begging you. I know what I'm risking by being here, but I had to. My people, we're not what the Council thinks we are. We're not fragile. We're not primitive. We're just contained." Farad looked at the wreckage around them, at the way she'd managed to seal herself in the one section of the ship with functioning life support. At the emergency beacon she'd jury-rigged from what looked like spare parts in a prayer. "You fought them off," he said slowly. "The raiders. I can see the defensive burns. You were alone and you fought them." She nodded, the helmet moving weakly. 3 of them. I couldn't let them take the cargo. Medical supplies for the outer colonies. People would have died. The Council would never allow a human to fly escort missions. The Council doesn't know. Her voice steadied, gaining strength. "There are more of us. Not many, but some. We found ways to leave Earth to prove ourselves. We take the missions no one else wants. We fly under false identities. We want to help. We want to be part of this galaxy, not locked away like children." Farad's hand still rested on the helmet seal. One twist and he'd see her face. One report to Control and her life and the lives of however many other humans were out here would be over. The Council would crack down. Earth would face sanctions. She'd be imprisoned, studied, dissected perhaps. But he'd also seen the evidence. The improvised repairs. The tactical burns on the enemy ships. The sheer determination it took to survive 14 hours in a dying ship while wounded. Humanity, fuck yeah, he thought. the old pre-contact phrase bubbling up from somewhere in his memory, back when humanity was still a mystery, before the Council had decided what they were and weren't capable of. He pulled his hand away from the helmet. "Control, this is Falcon 7, he said into his comm. "Survivor is stable. Helmet is damaged. Can't remove it safely in 0G. Will extract with full suit intact. Requesting medical bay prep for sealed environment treatment." A pause. "Copy, Falcon 7, proceed." Farhat met the darkened visor. "When we dock, there's a maintenance shaft on Deck 7. It leads to the emergency lockers. You'll find spare suits there, ones with full face coverage. Can you make it?" Yes, thank you." "Don't thank me yet." He began guiding her toward his ship. "This conversation isn't over. You're going to tell me everything, but first let's get you home." "Home," she repeated softly. "You have no idea what that word means to us out here." As they reached his fighter, Farhat glanced back at the wreckage, at the evidence of a battle won against impossible odds by someone the galaxy had deemed too weak to even try. Maybe, he thought, the Council had gotten it wrong. Maybe humanity's greatest strength wasn't that they were strong or advanced or fearless. Maybe it was simply that they refused to be told what they couldn't do. "What's your name?" he asked as he secured her in the passenger hold. The helmet turned toward him one last time. "Asil," she said. "My name is Asil." Farhat nodded, sealing the hold. "Welcome to the fight, Asil. Let's make sure you live to see tomorrow." As his fighter accelerated toward the carrier, Farhat couldn't shake the feeling that everything was about to change. Humanity had been hiding in plain sight, fighting their own quiet war for recognition. And now he was complicit. Somehow that didn't bother him at all. The end.